And we're live. Okay. The kids are going nuts. Bring me up here. I forgot the light. Let's see what we got here. Ah, hey James. Hey Dennis. Haha. Okay, I got you guys. We're good. So not much going tonight. I really don't have a whole lot for you guys. Although I'll just say this right off the bat. I did get the parts back from Nick, so thank you. Going to use this to finish the 394 eventually, but not yet. I'm going to work on something. I'm just going to leave it at that. Hey, Larry. I happened to bring in the as-is 372 because I wanted to do a compression test on it. And I'll show you guys something funny. So if I push the decompression valve in, Pentecost 66. Oh, you use the tool, huh? You like it? Does it make you giggle every time? Alright, push the decompression valve in. Watch this. There's 175 with the decomp in. You guys see that? Anyway, the decomp out. $195. Believe it or not, it was 205 the other day. I was getting it up to 205. This is 195. Oh, still wants to do 195. That's okay. That's pretty stout. I think this is a Meteor single ring, if I remember right, with pop-up. Actually, it's not that bad to pull. This one's not that bad to pull. The 394s, they get a little more. Yeah, around the 200 mark, they're definitely touchy. Nice chocolatey plug here, so I'm not going to change that. I'm just going to leave that. I'm pretty sure this is single ring, though. The single ring Meteor pistons are typically the ones that I put in here. Again, not my port work, but I did have to. So this is the as-is saw. This is on its fourth piston. The third time was indeed my fault. This is the saw that had the wrong clutch in it, and that caused the air leak. I've got a number of tanks on this now, and this has been really good. So finally we've gotten it right, you know. why the leak. The one thing that I've noticed about these is that they leak bar oil when the temperature goes up and down. I don't understand that fully. I don't know what the deal is, but if they're in like a stable temperature, they're good. This thing came in from outside and then warmed up, and it leaks. The 365 at 158 is plenty good, Larry, of course. Especially if it's not, done over. That's fine compression. But what I wanted to point out on this one was this one is actually one of those saws that is a lot aftermarket. It's got an aftermarket tank. Might even be an aftermarket handle. I think this is an OEM chain brake. This is an aftermarket cover, but it's got a OEM starter. And the thing about the aftermarket starters is they're just not robust. They do not hold up. It has an OEM crank, OEM Nachi bearings, I think, in this one. Meteor piston, an OEM coil. I think it's an OEM flywheel, but I don't remember specifically. And a Walbro carburetor and OEM high top. Yeah, if you get a 365 the stock, 158's good. Two stroke, what's going on? I'm just here tonight hanging out with you guys because I really, I don't have much to do other than clean up the shop, obviously. The really astute people might notice, if I move this down, that all my scrap metal is gone. So starting to clean out. That's certainly one area of purging. And, it's time. It's just time. What I gotta do. On this guy, I gotta knock down the rakers a little bit. Well, it's hot there. It's darn cold here. Darn cold. It might have touched 30 today, but for the most part, it's been high 20s. See, what I do is I'll bring the teeth back to all even on one side, and then I'll just knock the rakers down in an even fashion. My file works. So I'll go a couple of strokes. And this is not an exact way to do it, by the way. But everything ends up pretty even. And it cuts pretty good for me. There we go. Obviously, I don't have a raker gauge. If you do have one, then this becomes a little bit easier. And you can be much more specific with it, obviously. So Pentecost, how did you like that, the tool, huh? 100 degrees there. Jeez. Wow. And that's it for that side. I'll go to the other one. Gonna knock this one down a little harder just because these teeth are a little shorter on this side. Not saying this is how to do it. I'm just saying this is how I do it. Well, this has all been filed with the grinder instead of hand filed. I'll use this for a little bit and then go back and hand file it. And it'll get better next go around. That simple. $15 people here watching me file a chain. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I really don't have a whole lot for you here, guys. I'm literally trying to clean out the basement. I'm trying to finish up the rest of these builds. Really, the only build left to do is the 394, the last 394, and then if I can, I'll sell the 2 of those, and then it's going to be on to other projects. Two-stroke, you don't need to have a 394 project. You can buy one already done from me. Larry's got too many. There's David. How you hanging in, buddy? Show you how to clean up. You guys know how to clean up. It just takes ambition. What am I supposed to do? Demonstrate ambition? David, are you in Florida right now? Did you make it down there, or are you staying out west? Well, that's right, Larry. Are you doing the 58 millimeter build? Safe trip, David. Yeah, Larry. The problem with the 58 millimeter build is you got to convert everything to 395. You know, that's the problem with those. Um, don't use a 394 carb base for a 390 for a 395. Make sure you get a 395 carburetor base. Otherwise, you're wasting a perfectly good 394 carburetor base, and there are no more of those being made. Comes with everything. Comes with a new carburetor also. Again, you need a new carburetor base. The 394 carburetor base won't work. You'd have to make a cutout, and you don't want to do that because the 394 carburetor bases are unique. They have this special hole right here where the throttle goes up against, and you don't want to mess that up. You need to get a 395 carburetor base for that, and a 395 carburetor. Hot rod weed eater? No. I have one. I just don't feel like hot rodding it. Yeah, ideally you need the 395 carburetor base, 395 carburetor, the 395. There's a partition thing that goes here. The boot, obviously, the 395 elbow, the boot, and the ring adapter for the throttle cable. You need a whole bunch of stuff to do the conversion. It's not bad, but it's just there's a lot of stuff that you need. Hey, Brandon. Oh, David, just so you know, you missed it. This is the as-is saw here. I just redid the compression test, got up to 195. This morning it was at 205. Now it's at 195. It came in cold, like super cold this morning, so that might be why it was at 205. It's at about 195 right now because it's warmer in here, and it was cold outside, and brought it in, and of course it oil leaks. Great. Hey, Tim. All right, clean up the shop. Right. This is gonna go down here. Probably out to the shed for the moment. Yeah, the only other saw that I have down here right now is that 394 to do, and it's gonna be eventually. It might be even a couple of weeks before I get back to that. No snow here. K-Bot has a carb cylinder, carb boot, partition muffler, piston boot. That's quite a bit. Quite a bit, Larry. Yeah, where'd you get such a complete kit, huh? Somebody wanted to see me clean up the shop, so, you know. You guys asked for it. Yeah, the haircut feels better, a little more aerodynamic. yesterday, no, 2 days ago, we moved some wood around the yard. So this actually, for anybody that's doing milling, either chainsaw milling or I don't know if Band Mill Bob showed up yet. Is Band Mill Bob here yet? Um, if anybody's doing milling and they're stacking lumber and they have a forklift, then you can certainly move lumber around with a forklift, which is great. But if you've got stickers between your stacks there, and the forklifts can't fit between them, it's gonna make your day kind of hard. So I don't have a forklift, so I don't typically worry about that. But my buddy Steve came over with the tractor, and he has forks. So then try to get it in there, not so easy. Because all my stickers are like half-inch thick. Great. So it does make for kind of a rough experience. Person bought it from lives in Michigan. Hmm. Larry, is that CCC? The other problem that we had with, because he had the tractor with the forks, and he's got a Deere 3 Series, and it's plenty powerful to pick stuff up, but the rear end comes off the ground in a hurry. So we were having kind of trouble with that. We had to pick up like a third of the pile. And so thinking back, if you actually put, you know, stickers in there that are an inch thick or a little bit more, like every so often on your pile, then it's easier to use forks and move it around. Now, I don't normally. Using 4x4s and 6x6 is the bottom of the stack. Saw that. Yeah, but that's if you have a fork that can lift a whole stack. The Deere 3 Series is powerful enough to do it, but it lifts the rear end right off the ground. CCC, what's that? That's Definitive Dave. I don't know. I don't know where he lives though. Might be in Ohio instead of Michigan. I'm not sure. Two stroke. My highway stuff runs good, but then again, every aftermarket cylinder that I have on my saws is all ported, so they're all everything's worked over. Um, I'm pretty confident at this point that basically all aftermarket kits and at least some of the OEMs really need to be worked over before they are, ran. That's just how I feel about it. Everything exported, pretty much. Some stuff is pretty good right out of the box. You know, depends on who's going to be using it, essentially. Like the tree guys that I work with don't really care whether it's ported or not, you know? It just doesn't really affect them. Does it run? Good enough, you know? Fluid in tires, counterweights. Do you use that calcium chloride stuff, Bob? Do you use them? Right. A lot of the tractors aren't designed to lift much. Yeah, my dad's 4 series. He's got a 4 series Deere, 52 horse turbo, and that can lift 2,500 pounds. But yeah, you know, it's a long lever arm out there. And James, my toolbox at work is not really a toolbox. It's spread all over the place. So we have a lot more tools, but they're just kind of all over the place. Not nearly as well organized. Which brings up a good point. Sent the kit to Myrtle Creek Saw Shop, had it professionally ported, polished, combustion chamber reshaped. They did good work. Nice. So how's that for working over the shop? I'm working. I'm working. See, I've got a few things here kind of up in the air. Rich better make a video. Oh dear. Gotta put stuff away, put stuff away. Put lots of stuff away. Problem is I end up with like stuff like this. Like I don't know what to do with some of this stuff. I think that's 660. I have no idea what that goes to. Great. I need to empty my garbage. That's what I need to do. That looks aftermarket, so I'm not really interested in that. That is for 372 M4, but I will not worry about that. These are circlips that are all kind of, I'm just going to toss them because I don't know their history. And that's a 350 pin bearing, which is probably still fine. So actually, that's going to go up there. And this goes M4, which is here. See? Progress, right? Did I find the caliper yet? No, I did not find the caliper. I did buy one. So I bought another one. Larry, best of luck built with the build. Cool. A 16 by 18 diameter comes in it. Yeah, those logs are heavy. You lost your tachometer. Ooh, there goes $100. Yeah, where's Ken? We haven't seen Ken in a bit. He's probably busy. Actually, all these bolts here are going to kind of get organized in the next build, you know. Show you guys where we're at over here. Oh, I was looking for this. This is my short one, my short scrunch, this way. So this always stays in my chainsaw box here. The long ones I get all the time from HL Supply, but they don't fit if you're doing a full wrap for either a 372 or even possibly a 394. So you need the shorter one for the full wrap. Four, 4, 5 is running good. Good. Cheese toasty. Okay. Okay. That's my metal tray there. Let's clean up this metal tray. That'd be nice. Have a couple of metal trays back ready to use. Here's Stroke 350s. I don't run primer bulbs on my saws. Not really much point. The short line, the primer bulb here. Sorry, on the primer bulb carburetors, there's a short line that goes to the primer bulb. That short line, all you need to do is take a short piece of fuel line and fold it over and zip tie it or something like that and put it on there. Basically, you're plugging it, mothballing it, and then you have to plug the other end of the line so that you don't have, another way into the tank effectively. I guess you could leave it too, but because you have that other hole into the tank, that's got to get plugged somehow, you know. But other than that, should be good. Where do you get John's Red parts now? Chainsaw.com, probably. I guess you could put a connector in between the two also, but that way it bypasses altogether. But I just took some line one day and just put it right on that short stub, and folded it over and zip tied it, and it runs fine. But then you need to remove the bulb and the housing for the bulb, and then you without the hole there. So whatever. Shed. Who knows? Maybe that stupid caliper will show up. I don't know. Just moving some stuff around right now. Make sure that's off. You never know what you're gonna find. You can find carbs. Yeah, you can certainly do the carb without the primer bulb setup. That's fine too. Take care, Larry. Have a good night. Ex-wife for sale. Take over payments. Yeah, good. We're really starting to clean up the house and everything. It's taken a long time, but it's important. And it's starting to feel a whole lot better, I'll tell you that. Yeah, with like buckets of goodies like this. Ignore that, but all kinds of good chainsaw parts in there. Could go through and organize them. Like that's obviously for 372, but now my bucket of 372 stuff is out in the shed. Oh well. What they won't buy used is the ex-wife. No, we're not bringing up the topic of women. It's kind of a problem. Although a fun topic, but kind of a problem. See? No, nobody bought my 394 yet. Night, Larry. I know, I got to get these pistons worked on. I was just going to do these up for the as pop-ups, but I have to have a good way to machine them consistently, quickly and consistently, basically. So, something else I got to work on. These. See? Almost. Almost. Somebody said they wanted to see me clean up. Actually, what's cool is now this darn thing fits here. Brandon, that's that's all good. No big deal. No hard feelings. Well, maybe a little bit of hard feelings, but it's all right. I'm kidding. I'm playing. It's all good. Whatever. Some people want it. Some people don't. It's fine with me. There's no deal until there's a deal, I'm about to throw that 395 in the river. I think the bearings spun on the case. Case halves are hard to come by for it. Yeah, and the 575 is it's not a popular saw to rebuild, I'm sure you could get some money for it on eBay. Somebody's got to want these 394s. Something? Holy cow, you can do really good. Boat anchors. Yeah, I'm just not, the 575, 576 series is just not me. And now I've got 6 394s, and now I've got, beyond that, I have 2 that I got to sell. So, well, I don't got to sell it. That as is saw I would consider selling. The 372 there I would definitely consider selling. But it depends, you have to have the right buyer. And I don't need quite as many saws as I have, so I got to get a couple gone. Just let me know if you want it, smoking. Whatever. I got 2 394s here, and that as is saw that I would consider selling. It runs really good. I don't really need to sell. I have one, two, three, three or four other 372s, so it's not like I really need them, you know? I know, I'm putting these things. Are we good? I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Are we back? Are we back? Okay. Yeah. I guess we're back. So anyway, so yeah, I've got a bit of a different take on Christmas. And I'm like only a few feet away from the wireless thing. So I understand. Yes, we're back. Okay. The philosophy, just real quick, randomly that somebody would like, I will buy it for them at any time during the year. So it's not really a bah humbug thing. It's a matter of go on here. I just don't know why it's not going on the other. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. And I need to go. I need to say goodnight anyway. So, thanks to all that have hung out and put up with me and the buffering. I don't know why it's buffering. Doesn't make any sense. So anyway, yeah, smoking GTA. Let me know. And David, make sure that you take care. Okay. Seriously, take care. Be safe. Have a safe trip. And Brandon and James and whoever else is here. Tim and Trash Bag Fashion Lover. What? Who's Trash Bag Fashion Lover? I guess I'm alright. So, anyway, YouTube is being a pain. We'll say goodnight to YouTube. And I don't honestly know when I'm going to be back because I don't really have a whole lot for you guys. If I find something cool, I'll let you know. If I find something, I'll try to come on. Um, if you guys are feeling like you need a Matteo fix, just you know, email me and let me know. Night, everybody. Take care. Okay. Be safe.